To tell you, the first time I saw the Obama deception, I stayed up. I saw it somehow with some Vision Revisited or something website that I clicked on to, and then it led me to the Obama deception, and I could not sleep. It was about a year ago, right around, it was like the first or second week of February or third week of February, somewhere around there, somewhere around that area, when it was shortly after the movie first came out, and I couldn't sleep. And I was up for like 2 days straight. I'm like, and I'm just devouring all of the information that's coming and putting things together. And I'm like, wow, this thing is crazy. How do you know? So
when I found out about 8, 9 years ago that the eugenics was absolutely real, going on worse than I thought, I actually threw up. My mouth started watering, and it was like a spiritual thing, a physical manifestation of. My soul was just like, bleh, when I realized, because my body, my soul, my subconscious already knew all this information at a base level. But it was the conscious binding of that and realizing it and the images of the children they're murdering. And it was just, blah, just one of the most painful things in my life is knowing that with my listeners, we've woken up tens of millions of people. And to see the system, not just Glenn Beck and others at the top, but lower down, groups that co-opt all the work we've done and then turn it into something nasty with their COINTELPRO tricks. Most of the idiots dancing to the tune and the string don't even know they're doing it. But again, that's going to happen. If you wake people up that they're being lied to, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to be lied to at other levels. That doesn't. So you can't look at other people failing, other people falling, other people's problems, all the nastiness, and get wrapped up in it. You've just got to continue to love God and love what's true and love honor and love beauty and love decency and love innocence and stand up against the New World Order and give the people an alternative to say, this is your enemy, the New World Order. Look what they've done to you. Look what the other opportunities could be. Look at what history has shown. Chris in Florida, you're on the air. Welcome.
Alex. Yeah,
hey,
yes,
buddy.
Alex. It is your life to revamp, and I respect your life choices. But when it comes down to your life, your own life, and your empathy for the lives of others, it's really, I think it's obvious from your predictions coming true that you do have a greater forethought to see how the thoughts and the actions that we're sowing will soon be reaped. And because you do, you have assumed that sense of duty and loyalty and the risk that might have otherwise been assumed by others. That's what I think makes you more Christ-like. And if you were to decide to become less prominent in the media, it's your sense of concern that would still bring you these greater insights and an even deeper connection with God. But no matter what you choose, God works through everyone and everything.
Oh, no, that's not what earlier I was saying. I just miss not being able to see my grandmother or spend as much time with my kids. So I feel like my time is stolen by having to fight this. It's not like it's some delicious pleasure. 10 years ago, it was kind of the worldly triumph of defeating them. And I still get happy when we have victories. That's not bad. It's just that now it's like, whoa, I know too much. It just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And the understanding, it just accelerates to the point of like, I'm saying, God, whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do. But this is really hard to handle.
Well, it never ends. And when it comes to Reverend James David Manning, I wanted to speak with him and ask him this. He has a right to say that Obama ought to be tried for treason. I agree that Barack is the butcher, but he's also an unindicted war criminal, and his treasonous. He's illegitimate by virtue of his lies and the Constitution. But to anybody who seeks the death penalty, I just ask, would you cast the first stone? Would you pull the switch? Would you open the trap door below the news? And as punishment for such war criminals, I would only suggest isolation from power, sequestering from society.
Well, yeah, here's the danger of the death penalty. If you're in a village 5,000 years ago and somebody kills your kid, the village is going to grab the person that was seen doing it and they're going to kill him. And that's a good thing. The problem is that government is always so much more evil than just the individual criminal. And we know more than a third of people on death row are innocent from DNA. And we know the government does frame people. And we know they now torture people for confessions and are saying that's admissible in court now as they set the precedents with the trials coming up in New York. And so the government can't be trusted to carry out the death penalty because it is the evil. And so that's my problem. But then at an instinctive level, when I see them catch some person that, kidnapped 10 or 15 women and tortured them to death and they admit to it, I say kill them. I mean, but at the same time, that means they're also going to kill a bunch of innocent people. And it's better that 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man be killed. So, do you see the point I'm making?
Well, absolutely, but wouldn't it even be more gratifying and constructive to offer amnesty to encourage them to sing like a bird? I mean, that would be a lot more constructive than putting them to death. And these puppets like Obama are ill in that they do embrace the concept that their masters consider them expendable. The last thing I want for a cynical, despotic dictator is to see him or her, in my own belief, to see them reincarnate. And I care for Reverend Manning's soul in that respect as well, but there are so many more constructive things that could be done with such dictators. I also wanted to bring up what was brought up at the end of the show yesterday by Angel about GMO produce, and you said that if you just wash off the produce when it comes to the pesticides, you want to get organic, of course, and even when I wash off my organic produce, I'm finding with water from my...
I hear you, but I got to jump. Call me back again. We got a guest coming in.